I'm just gonna go and put my face on. Well, that's a sentence that I say all the time before an event or a shoot. And I enjoy putting makeup on. I put it on pretty much every day because I'm working. And on the days that I'm not working, yeah, I do roam around with absolutely no makeup on my face. This whole video about 100 layers of makeup that has been trending very recently, that was actually what triggered this entire thing. And it got me thinking, 100 layers of makeup, what exactly is a video like this trying to do? Is it trying to make a social statement about the exaggerated use of makeup that is going around today? Is it just trying to tell you, my God, 100 layers of makeup, look at how disgusting that it would look? Or is it also trying to tell you about the things that you're putting on your face? What exactly is it that you're putting on your face? So why do we put makeup? Is it because it makes us feel more confident, more beautiful, our features get highlighted? I don't believe in that archaic notion of, oh, she's trying to look attractive for other boys. I try to look attractive because it makes me feel good. I don't do it for anyone else, boys or girls out there. So I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. Boys, do you prefer girls with or without makeup? There is something as too much makeup, there is something as no makeup or too little makeup. Girls, why do you put makeup? Does it make you feel better about yourself? Do you feel like you're ready to take on the world? Or are you one of those girls that says, no, I don't need makeup? In today's day and age, I know that people who are in the public eye, they are the kind of people that probably need to put makeup on once in a while. But is it nowadays only about people who are in the public eye? If you had a job and you wanted to make a good impression at in your interview, then yes, maybe you would put some makeup. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. Let me know. Let's start that conversation. The Indian cosmetic market today is growing at a rate of 15 to 20% per year. And last year, it grew by 60%. That's the amount of makeup and cosmetics that Indian women are buying in today's day and age. I know that makeup has chemicals in it, and I know that a lot of these chemicals have a carcinogenic effect. And is that probably one of the reasons why we say that young girls shouldn't put makeup? Young girls shouldn't put makeup because, you know, there is an age to start doing certain things. But it also stems, I think, from the fact that you shouldn't expose yourself to these chemicals from a very young age. So what's in makeup? What is makeup made up of? When I was researching on this topic, there was this massive list of chemicals that exist in our products. Of these, there are 3 of them that pretty much are there in every single product that we use. Carbon black is this dark black powder that is used as a pigment in cosmetics such as mascara, lipstick, eyeliner, eyeshadow, and this entire list. These are all the products that you are using on your face. But where does this carbon black actually come from? It is formed by the incomplete combustion of carbon-based products such as coal tar. So indirectly, coal tar is what you are putting on your face. Something like that would definitely have a negative effect on your body. It has a carcinogenic effect which leads to cancer, and it also has a negative effect on your organs. Formaldehyde. Now, formaldehyde is actually intentionally used in a lot of keratin hair straightening treatments, but in a lot of the products that are there in your makeup kit even today, all these products, formaldehyde releasing preservatives are put in that. Now this helps prevent bacterial growth, which is why you should not keep your makeup products with you for a very long time, because these formaldehyde releasing preservatives will keep on releasing into your products, which makes the chemical content levels in them very high. Heavy metals like these are present in a lot of our everyday personal hygiene products. All these. Yep. These are pretty much all the products that you and I would use every single day. High levels of exposure to any of these metals is definitely going to lead to high levels of toxicity in your body. This would definitely attack your reproductive system, your nervous system, and your immune system. And the third chemical that I want to tell you about is this one, which also has a couple of different names, but most commonly it is called as Teflon. Yeah. The Teflon that is used in your non-stick cooking ware. That is what is present in all these personal care hygiene products. It helps give that very sleek finish to your makeup. It helps it also bind and stay together. But at the end of the day, you can't help not think but you are putting Teflon on your face. Today, companies are not actually obliged to list all the ingredients and their quantities on the labels. So what can you and I do to try and make sure that we're using products that are at least slightly safe for us? A few things that you can do and look out for is that at the back, if there are the ingredients listed, then make sure that there are not more than 12 things that have been put into the product that you are using. If the list goes up to like 25 things, then I think you want to try and avoid using it. Also, any product that says that it has added fragrances is basically code word for too many chemicals that have been put into it. And the third thing, which I did mention earlier, is that make sure that you throw away all your products a year after using them. The more you use them, the more the chemical buildups that are in it. Japan today is the world's fastest growing makeup industry, and all the chemicals that I did mention earlier have been banned in Japan. None of their makeup products have any of these chemicals. Today, if you don't want to put all these chemicals onto your body, then you can even get makeup tattooing done, permanent makeup, permanent lipstick, permanent filling in of the eyebrows, and even eyeliner. Whatever works for you, I guess works for you. But this use of makeup that has been around for centuries and centuries always has had a harmful effect on people. The ancient Egyptians, who did discover big eye makeup as well as the use of kohl, were actually using chemicals directly onto their skin. Not only the Egyptians, but as well as the Greeks and the Japanese. So why do we use makeup, this multi-billion-dollar industry that is growing every single day? Because it helps our face look a little slim, because there is contouring, because every time somebody in a social situation says, let's take a selfie, yaar, the next thing that you are going to say is, wait, let me touch up my makeup. In fact, today we even have makeup apps that allow you to do just that. It is a vain world out there. I'm not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video with all your friends, and let your voice be heard in the comment section below. And if you've just joined us, welcome to the tribe, because this is an awesome place to hang out. I'll catch you again soon. Ciao. Apparently, we're being bombarded with so much stimulation, whether it's our phones that aren't enabling us to concentrate for long hours, movies, vacations, holidays, things that we are grasping, that our brain is not able to compartmentalize properly and keep everything in its long-term memory. Even the police in Missouri have reported that 11 teenagers from the age of 16 to 18 were actually robbed of their mobile devices because these robbers set a trap and robbed them at gunpoint.